Hey there, I'm Thea Sullivan. My website is bigpictureguidance.com, and I'm making this video to address the question of whether or not intuition can be taught. Um, and so I teach intuition classes online and in person, um, and I do give readings for clients using my own intuition, but I really feel passionately about helping people connect to their own intuition. So, of course, I know the answer is yes, intuition can be taught. But I wanted to talk a little bit about how that's true, in case you were wondering, and in case you were thinking about possibly taking my online class or my in person class. So, um, the thing about intuition is it's very subtle. And learning to listen to it is really a question of becoming aware of subtlety. And that's something that a group and me as a facilitator can really help with. And what do I want to say about that? The reason why I'm so excited about intuition, not only because of the impact it's had on my life, but because it's sort of hiding in plain sight. And no matter who you are, you have this inner compass. And, we've all had experiences when we've kind of had a knowing about something, had a gut feeling about a person, about a decision, about maybe something we felt like was going to happen. And, sometimes we listen and sometimes we don't. And sometimes life gets so busy and we're up in our heads and, we don't really pay much attention to that side of life. But my experience has been the more we pay attention to our inner knowing, the more we get quiet and really learn how to listen and learn how to read our own cues, because we all have different ways of knowing, different ways of listening, different ways that intuitive knowing comes through for us. The more we learn to listen to that, the easier life gets. And that doesn't mean hard things don't happen, but it means that we can navigate our way so much easier, with more ease, with more flow, with less stress, frankly. And that's just really exciting to me. And yes, it can be, I don't want to say taught, but we can be pointed in the right direction in terms of how to listen, how to trust, how to make those subtle distinctions between, is this my mind or is this my heart? Is this fear or is this, inner knowing? And, it's not easy in the sense that it's countercultural. We tend to think that our mind is our best guide to kind of lead us through life. We tend to think logical analysis is a really good way to go. And my experience has been there's a much, much deeper intelligence that's actually more trustworthy and bigger than our logical minds can even grasp. And so in my classes, that's what we do. We go inward, we pay attention. I lead guided meditations. This is true for the online class as well as the in-person class. And we connect with each other to share experiences that we've had in the past. Actually, this is where our minds kick in, is we can use our analytical faculties to kind of sift through our past experiences to notice, when did I know something that was beyond kind of my conscious awareness? And what did I do with that feeling? Did I follow it? Did I not? How did it work out? And how have I taken that information in to help me in the future or not? So, I have some metaphors that are helpful. I have exercises that are helpful. Talking to other people can be really helpful. There's because it's counterintuitive to listen to our inner knowing, and sometimes our inner knowing, what it's guiding us toward, flies in the face of, what seems practical or logical or what other people think is wise for us. That's why it's so helpful to have this community, because we can really support each other in taking the leap to, even in small ways, like say yes to what our inner knowing is asking of us or nudging us toward, and just see what happens. it's okay to start small. We also share experiences of what Jung called numinous experiences, experiences of knowing, of a little bit of magic, of something lighting up in our lives, whether that's a sense that a loved one was around, or a dream that we knew really, really meant something, or just sort of, not, let's say, not talking ourselves out of synchronicities by saying, oh, it's just a coincidence. Well, listening to our intuition is actually learning to trust those moments when we know something means more than what it appears, when we just know that wasn't random. Even though society might try to talk us out of that or might belittle that. So there's support in the group. And in the online class, we have a weekly conference call where we get to share on that level. We can also share on Facebook, and then, of course, there are activities to do on your own each week. The thing I want to say about the online class is you can do as little or as much as you want. You can also save some of it. I give you lots of material, including guidance that I brought through from my guides on these topics. And so you just have that material. So you can work through it over the 10-week period, and then you can refer back to it or delve more deeply into it as time goes on. But what else do I want to say? So there are common characteristics to intuitive knowing, and that's part of what we talk about and what I offer is like, how do you know which is which? I have a long list of things to check for, we learn also to feel it in our bodies. Some of us are more somatic than other people, meaning, we might feel it as physical sensation. We might feel it as emotion. We might, just have a sense of peace or lightness when we're on kind of the right track as far as our intuitive knowing is concerned. So we pay attention to that, and we also look at how we're all different, that we each have access to different tools or different strengths or things that are natural for us. So embracing what are the common characteristics, but also embracing what are our own unique tendencies, and using those as kind of guideposts to go forward. So yes, the answer to the question is intuition can be taught, or at least we can be supported and held and kind of guided along the journey to discover and open up our intuitive knowing more and more. And so I hope this answered a few questions for you. If you're ever interested in hearing more about my online class or my in-person class, which happens in, as I said, in the Silicon Valley area, please contact me through my website, bigpictureguidance.com. And many blessings to you, and may you always listen to yourself first before any teacher, any self-proclaimed guru, or what people around you are saying, because in your heart or in your gut, in your inner knowing, you have a conduit to your higher self, and to something much bigger and wiser than your conscious mind. So whether or not you decide to pursue a class with me or not, I wish for you to deepen that trust in yourself, because you really, really do. You really do know. It's just a question of clearing out and learning to listen. And it's been an incredible source of joy for me to be on that journey and to guide others on that journey. So thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.